Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Monday, June 23rd of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the news tonight, former government minister opens up about cabinet dismissal. The National Democratic Congress marks 3 years in office with a promise to continue progress and reform. Grenada Union of Teachers demands swift action on T.A. Marichaud Community College lecturer bargaining agreement. While in regional news, Guyana bids final farewell to Adriana Young. While internationally, Iran considers closing Strait of Hormuz, sparking global concern. And coming up in sports, stadium refurbishment and upgrade complete. Stadium handed over. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Former Senator and Minister of Government Jonathan Lacrette is breaking his silence for the first time since his sudden removal from Grenada's cabinet in July 2024. In an exclusive interview aired on the Bob Report, Lacrette spoke openly about his termination, the emotional toll, and his next political chapter. Nisha Paul has the details in this report.
I spent 18 months in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. I spent 7 months in the Ministry of Youth and Sports as the line minister with responsibility for policy development and policy implementation. And if there was a problem during the 18 months and the 7 months respectively, I felt maybe that there was a dialogue that could be had so that we can talk about whatever it is you think that I am not doing well ministerially, and as a result of that, help me to improve. But there was no such dialogue that took place within the 18 months and the 7 months respectively. And I thought that the firing was so strange.
Former Senator and Government Minister Jonathan Lacrette breaking his almost year-long silence in a tell-all interview aired on the Bob Report over the weekend. It was the first on-camera appearance since the man affectionately called Laco was stripped of his ministerial and Senate post in July 2024. The sudden dismissal sparked widespread speculation and debate surrounding Lacrette, who was once considered one of the rising stars within the ruling National Democratic Congress, NDC. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell at the time cited a significant loss of trust and confidence, but offered little more. Until now, Lacrette had remained silent.
You had some vilifying taking place on print media, various social media platforms. And from a prudent perspective, I did not think that it was prudent at the particular point in time to come out and to speak to what happened or what did not happen at that particular time. I decided to hold my peace and to let the dust settle.
Lacrette contested the St. George Northwest seat in the June 2022 elections, but lost to the incumbent. He was appointed as a senator and was initially appointed health minister, later serving as the Minister of Youth and Sports at the time of his abrupt termination. He revealed revealed that he was informed of the development during a cabinet meeting on July 31, 2024, without any clear explanation. According to Lacrette, the Prime Minister offered to provide clarification later that day and provided some insight into what transpired.
And I said to him, Prime Minister, I recognize that there is a press conference that is due for tomorrow, and part of the press conference is to speak about to inform the nation as it relates to why I had to exit the cabinet of Grenada, or you had to fire me. And I said to him, I'd rather wait for the conclusion of the press conference. Yes, I believe it was my right to do so at that particular point in time. And then he said to me, no, he really wants to be able to speak before the press conference. And I said, respectfully, Prime Minister, I'd rather wait for the conclusion of the press conference.
GBN contacted the government's press secretary for a reaction to Lacrette's comments, who informed our news desk that the Prime Minister's position on the issue remains the same. Lacrette described the aftermath as one of the most difficult periods of his life, pointing to the emotional and psychological weight of his sudden political exit. Still, Lacrette expressed gratitude for the opportunity to serve with the NDC and at the national policy level. He also extended thanks to his supporters, making it clear that his political ambitions are far from over. Lacrette's interview follows the recent social media launch of the newly formed People's National Party, PNP, which he serves as political leader. He says work has already begun to build the party ahead of the next general elections due constitutionally in 2027. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, the former government minister is pressing ahead with efforts to establish the People's National Party, PNP, as a fresh political force in Grenada, promising that despite past shortcomings, he still has much to contribute to the country's development.
Now officially the political leader of the People's National Party, PNP, Jonathan Lacrette, says the newly formed party is grounded in a vision for a healthy democracy for a sustainable and resilient Grenada.
That the PNP was formed, shaped, birthed out of a need and a desire for revitalizing our values, our country's values, for revitalizing our institutions, and also revitalizing our socio-economic fabric, so that we can come to a place where we have a more cohesive and a more structured Grenada governance structure and pattern that we can follow. Yes, and I believe with the inclusive pattern that we have, as it relates to being extremely people-centered, it stands in stark contrast to the two other political organizations and what they are offering.
Lacrette revealed that the PNP is currently being advised by a 7-member council comprised primarily of professionals within the diaspora.
You have Dr. Camille Rutherford. She's an associate professor at Brock University, I believe Canada. You also have Dr. Donry Purcell. He is an epidemiologist by profession, based in Miami, Florida. You also have Ms. Marsha Klein. She is an international fundraising specialist and philanthropist out of Canada as well. And you also have Mr. Wendell Fedrick. He is an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur with numerous businesses in Miami, as well as a subsidiary branch here in Grenada called Scott's Medicals. You also have Ed Brown. He is a public service specialist or a public administration specialist. So he's on board, all of whom I've met over the span of my professional career at some point or the other. You have Mitch Fine out of Silicon Valley in California. He is a political strategist. He has worked in the campaign for many governors in the U.S. and in fact, he's a financial raising specialist. That's what he does. He raises finances for campaigns. So I called him up and I said to him, you know what, this is what I intend to do. This is where my heart is, because I'm not finished with my public service. And as a result of that, I would like you to be on board.
He added that a National Executive Council is being created, and its membership as well as key policies of the party will be made public during an upcoming press conference. As the PNP sets its sights on the next general elections, constitutionally due in 2027, Lacrette says the groundwork is being laid to present the party as a credible alternative.
We are in the preparation stage, and that is why we have the financial specialists on board, like Mitch Fine and Marsha Klein, the international philanthropists and fundraising specialists, etc. That is why they are on board. So they are currently negotiating with organizations outside the realm of our local politics here to see how we can garner financial support for the effective operations of the political organization per adventure an election is called. And even if we do not succeed at the polls, thereafter continuing the political work as a political organization.
The PNP has already begun building public engagement and strengthening its internal structure, with plans to introduce candidates and hold community consultations in the coming months. Reporting for GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
Prime Minister Mitchell cited key challenges hindering regional food security goals during his guest appearance on the NDC's political program Heartbeat over the weekend. Rena Pierre-Thomas will tell us more.
As Grenada and the wider Caribbean continue their pursuit of food security, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell says several factors are preventing the region from reaching its goal to reduce the food input bill to 25%. One of the primary challenges, he noted, is the lack of inter-regional transportation, which severely limits trade among Caribbean nations.
We recognize, however, that to some extent, within the region, there is significant output. The challenge is we are not trading significantly enough with each other. And the main reason for that is the transportation challenge and the logistics. And that is an area that has to be addressed. And if that area is addressed, it significantly increases actually our food security intra-regionally. Honestly, there's no reason why Grenada should be importing chicken from outside of the region, as we currently do. The region has the capacity to produce enough chicken to feed all of us. I'm just using this as an example.
The country's leader also highlighted other barriers, including limited use of agricultural technology and innovation.
So technology is also critical, and land ownership and preservation of land for agricultural purposes is also one of the critical areas that we need to be able to address. And then the preservation of food itself, turning food into agro-processed food so that you have longer shelf life and that we have more use of it. But also, our experimenting or research and development into our own food. Let's take breadfruit, for example. I mean, the way we use breadfruit is probably the same way we used it all for the last 150 years. And how do we create much more products out of breadfruit? And all the other natural, and I'm saying natural as in, breadfruit was brought to the Caribbean, but all of the produce that we're able to grow here. So that is one of the critical areas.
He further pointed to the influence of the global food market, which has contributed to increased consumption of unhealthy imported foods in the region. The Prime Minister emphasized the need to reshape the narrative around the marketing and consumption of locally grown food.
Compounds the problem. So there's no doubt it's a complex problem, but I think more and more we are awakening to the fact that food is medicine. And to a large extent, we are blessed with very healthy food and the ability to grow organic food, and that includes to farm and fish organic fish. And that if we begin to alter our eating habits, it could actually significantly improve our health conditions on the island.
With rising food prices driven by international conflicts and political instability, Prime Minister Mitchell expressed hope that Caribbean countries can forge a new path towards sustainability and resilience by working together. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
Prime Minister Mitchell is also scheduled to make a special appearance on Beyond the Headlines with host Colin Dow tonight at 8:30 p.m. The interview is part of the activities marking the 3rd anniversary of the National Democratic Congress, their administration since its election into office. During the live interview, Prime Minister Mitchell will take a moment to reflect on notable achievements of his government over the past 3 years. He'll also outline the strategic vision for Grenada's continued development and transformation, provide providing valuable insights into the country's future. To catch the interview, viewers can tune in to the Grenada Broadcasting Network on channels 7 and 11, and the program will also be streamed live on YouTube and Facebook, allowing a wider audience to participate and engage with the discussion. This is news at 7. Coming up, Grenada Union of Teachers demands swift action on T.A. Marichaud Community College lecturer bargaining agreement. Stay with us for the details.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
Paying is faster and easier with Glow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate-resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy-efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series as West Indies takes on Australia in a fiery test match from July 3rd to 7th at the National Cricket Stadium from 10 a.m. each day. Free entry plus fun activities for children under 16 years old. Adult tickets start at just $5 per match day. Let's rally with the men in maroon. Go to windiescricket.com to secure your tickets now. West Indies is back in the spice aisle and we Fuller Energy. West Indies going higher, Fuller Energy.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make it happen. Need a credit card for summer spending? We can make that happen too. Need a loan for carnival, debt consolidation, education expenses, and more? We've got you covered with a Republic Bank Make It Happen loan. Up to 100% financing, competitive rates, and a chance to win great prizes. Live your best life this summer with financing from Republic Bank. Check out republicgrenada.com or visit us today to get your summer started right with a Make It Happen loan.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, it happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The Grenada Union of Teachers is calling for urgent action on a bargaining agreement for lecturers at the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Rena Pierre-Thomas reports.
With the 2025 bargaining year already halfway through, the Grenada Union of Teachers, GUT, is calling on the administration of the T.A. Marichaud Community College, TAMCC, and the Ministry of Education to urgently address delays in finalizing a bargaining agreement for lecturers and professors at the institution. GUT President Jude Bartholomew says for years, collective agreements negotiated by the union for the nation's teachers also applied to TAMCC's academic staff. However, the management of TAMCC recently requested that a separate agreement be established for its faculty.
And TAMCC has said that they want to move on from that, where you have, as a statutory body, that the lecturers have a different, you may say, and the government seems to want to go to that direction, a separate collective bargaining agreement for the lecturers at TAMCC. And we find that that is taking so long when negotiations already started in earnest in sometime there, February, March of this year. And for quite a gap there, we haven't heard anything. Yes, we know that there is a call and something came for regularization and for the meeting negotiations to start again from Wednesday coming. But this thing have been going for a long time. And so we calling on TAMCC, we calling on the government of Grenada, Ministry of Finance, to take this thing seriously and let's come and settle this thing, this negotiation for lecturers and PW workers at TAMCC.
Bartholomew also highlighted long-standing issues such as outstanding retroactive payments and the need for a structured retirement saving plan for TAMCC staff.
We observe also that the lecturers did not get a 5% salary increases as the rest of the public service teachers. And so that is an outstanding matter. And that is a matter that we said that we don't want to budge on, just as how the teachers got it, that the lecturers should get the 5% salary increases for 2025. So it means that they have some retroactive payments to collect. Also the pension reform, that TAMCC in the Pension Act, there is basically provision there for pension, which is something completely different from the retirement savings plan everybody did not enjoy the benefit or not part of. It is time for this pension, right, to get into gear for the lecturers at TAMCC, so that this retirement problems, issues of the retirement savings plan would be no more. Let the workers be secured.
GBN reached out to the management of TAMCC for a response, but was informed that no one was available to speak on the matter at this time. Efforts to obtain a comment from the Ministry of Education were also unsuccessful as calls went unanswered. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
The Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management, or PISLM, and the government of Grenada have signed a historic host country agreement. More in this report from Christina John.
The Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management, the PISLM, has signed a headquarters agreement with the government of Grenada. This historic signing cements Grenada as the hub for the operation of the intergovernmental organization, which will lead coordination action and implement projects that will improve sustainable land and soil management within Caribbean Small Island Developing States, the CSIDS. The agreement was signed at the PISLM's high-level ministerial gala last Tuesday by the outgoing executive director, Mr. Calvin James, and Grenada's minister responsible for the United Nations Convention to combat desertification and Minister of Economic Development and Planning, Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and the Blue Economy, Honorable Lennox Andrew. The signing was witnessed by Honorable Adrian Ford, Minister of Environment and National Beautification, Green and Blue Economy of Barbados, incoming chair of the PISLM Ministerial Council, Kieran James, Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy, and Vaughn P. Miller, Minister for the Environment and Natural Resources of the Bahamas, along with focal points for the United Nations Convention to combat desertification and key stakeholders. Delivering feature remarks at the ministerial gala, Andrews commended the organization for its work in Small Island Developing States, SEEDS. He described the signing as a demonstration of our commitment to sustainable land management.
This is an extremely important project for all of us Small Island Developing States, and in particular for all of us here in Grenada. I want to thank the decision makers for making Grenada the host and for having the headquarters of PISLM here in Grenada. It's a demonstration of our commitment to sustainable land management, to sustainable soil care, and of course, it puts Grenada in a very obvious position where as a country that takes climate change and climate change matters very seriously.
The PISLM, which officially became an intergovernmental organization 1 year ago, has been strengthening sustainable land and soil management across the Caribbean Small Island Developing States through several projects, including Phase 1 of the CSIDS Soil Care Project and the strengthening resilience of agricultural land and forest in Dominica in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. Reflecting on the 2 decades spent developing the organization into the premier intergovernmental organization responsible for land and soil, with a mandate to help countries meet their obligations under the UNCCD and Land and Soil Areas of Barbados Program of Action. Outgoing Executive Director Mr. Calvin James expressed gratitude to the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Cooperative Republic of Guyana that served as host countries.
I really hope this phase will take us to where we ought to be in terms of positioning sustainable land and sustainable soil management in the environmental spectrum. We small island developing states, we don't grow land. Anybody ever saw land growing? In fact, we are losing land. If a weather system passes over this island, I encourage you to take a drone and fly over the coast, and you would see tons of your precious soil being washed into the ocean. And that is soil that reduces your food security capacity, your ability to do many things.
The establishment of the PISLM headquarters in Grenada will enhance coordination among Caribbean states, provide a centralized platform for small island developing states collaboration, and attract regional and international investment for sustainable land management solutions. The office will become the hub for the implementation of several key projects, such as the Caribbean LND Transformative Project, which would be done in collaboration with the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, the Caribbean Sand and Dust Storm Initiative, launch of Phase 2 of the CSIDS Soil Care Project, and the Caribbean Drought Initiative in collaboration with the Global Water Partnership Caribbean. Christelina John, GBN News.
Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andal will be leading Grenada's delegation to the Organization of American States, or OAS General Assembly, which will be held in Antigua and Barbuda starting on Wednesday of this week. Government has not disclosed the other delegates, but the head of the delegation is listed on the OAS website, which is sharing information about the Assembly, the supreme organ of the OAS. The General Assembly is composed of the delegations accredited by the governments of the members. All member states have the right to be represented in the General Assembly, and each state has the right to one vote. Generally, the delegations of the member states are comprised of representatives, advisors, and other members accredited by the governments. Each delegation shall have a head of delegation, who may delegate his duties to any other member of his delegation. The June 25th and 27th 55th OAS General Assembly in Antigua and Barbuda is the first time the meeting will be held under a Caribbean Secretary General. The theme for the General Assembly is Building Resilient, Inclusive Economies in the Americas. During the Assembly, member states will elect 3 members of the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, 3 members of the Inter-American Juridical Committee, 1 member of the Administrative Tribunal, and 1 member of the Audit Committee, as well as 2 members of the Justice Studies Center of the Americas. Grenada is one of 8 countries set to benefit from the Canada-funded Starfish project, which is aimed at increasing clean energy transition in Caribbean fisheries and aquaculture. The $4 million project implemented by the Caribbean Regional Fisheries Mechanism, or CRFM, will help reduce energy costs and promote low-carbon fisheries and aquaculture in Grenada. The project will also support the development of sustainable technologies and build resilience in the sector. As a beneficiary country, Grenada is expected to see improvements in the fisheries and aquaculture industry, contributing to the country's economic growth and food security. The CRFM will also work to ensure that Grenada and other beneficiary countries receive maximum benefits from the project. Coming up, Kaizo Barge celebrates 30 years of Calypso excellence. More news to come. Stay with me.
And everybody, fully 1 week. Nah, telling you. You them boss, hello. You see that? About 10, let them make a hard man. Me a 38, man. But you are 92. Yeah. You need the number 1 run, man. That is it. No what? Nice. Yeah. Look number 1. Yeah, me too, man.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Mount Morris Community Development Organization invites you to all West Indian breakfast on Sunday, June 29th from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m.
at the Mount Morris Community Center grounds. Come enjoy local breakfast delicacies, all made by the residents of Mount Morris.
Which includes a vegetarian option for only $25. Also available on sale, pastries and a solid bar. Fresh produce from the farmer's market.
The best part, there's a playground and a bouncing castle for the kids. Let's go.
So bring the kids along. This breakfast is our pan breakfast featuring River Road Pan Wizards as we get ready for Spice Mass 2025.
Also providing music is our very own in-house DJ Slick. We'll be on the ones and twos. Sponsors: Clackscott Rum,
Hubbard's,
Trend Graphics, Power 95 FM,
Grenada.com,
and Dynamic Realty. You don't want to miss this breakfast.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians. From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
The Mass officially starts now as Spice Mass Cooperation together with Aura Caribbean is turning up the thing all the way up with Carnival City Fusion Thursdays. It all kicks off on Thursday, May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. We're bringing the vibes to the Port Louis lawn. Gates open 7 p.m. Action starts 8 p.m. Get ready for live performances from your favorite soca, groovy, and calypso artists. Plus the sweet sounds of steel band, live bands, and all the mass elements you love. Veko, Jab Jab, Shortney, Mokojumbi, Apache, and more. It's more than a line. It's a whole carnival experience. So grab your crew, bring the energy, and come let's celebrate where culture meets pure excitement. Carnival City Fusion Thursdays, Port Louis Lawn, beginning May 29th and continues every Thursday into June. Come, let's play a mass, cause the thing start.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Kaiso Bards celebrates 30 years of Calypso excellence, showcasing renowned and emerging talent in Grenada's vibrant cultural scene with exciting performances. Christina John reports.
Kaiso Bards, Grenada's pioneering Kaiso tent, celebrated a monumental 30th anniversary this weekend, marking 3 decades of contribution to the vibrant Calypso culture on the island. The milestone was commemorated with electrifying performances that gave patrons a taste of what's to come as the nation gears up for Carnival 2025. The celebration was held at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville, a venue that set the perfect stage for an evening of unforgettable performances from some of the most renowned names in Calypso. Among them were Big J, Teacher Eddie, Cox, and the dynamic Nashonda Charles. Speaking to the successes and growth of Kaiso Bards over the years, Finley Jeffrey, better known as Scholar, reflected on the tent's journey. He emphasized how Kaiso Bards, as the first tent to open its doors to the public, has shaped the landscape of Calypso and laid the foundation for future generations of artists.
We started as a tent in 1995, so we are the longest existing Calypso tent in Grenada. But not only that, we have been the most successful as well. We have had Calypso monarchs like Black Wizard 2 times, Beast 2 times, Pico 2 times, myself, Ketura George, Rootsman Kelly, so and the list goes on. So we have been very successful. And so this year, significantly, is a celebration of Bards' 30 years.
In addition to honoring the past, the anniversary event also highlighted new talent. Jeffrey introduced 2 emerging artists who are venturing into the Calypso arena this year for the first time, with hopeful aspirations of making a mark in the competitive Calypso scene.
2 soca artists who are now plying their trade in Calypso. Little Jello, who was usually, we know him for all of his soca hits. He's making his debut this year in the Calypso. You have Hits, who's also a soca artist, who will also be in Calypso this year. So all in all, it augurs for a very good night of Calypso.
Another one corner, no way. When would this madness shake? Because if a big man, where you could raise your hand.
Kaiso Bards continued to play a crucial role in preserving and promoting the art of Calypso in Grenada. Leading up to Carnival 2025, the tent promises to offer even more exciting moments for Calypso lovers as they prepare for the biggest celebration of the year. The event not only showcased the immense talent within Grenada, but also set the tone for what promises to be another thrilling Carnival season. Here's a taste.
Tales of glory brings a newsroom glory. 2 hours of attention, 1 little pause and then it's gone. But I am a voice of passion, demanding compassion. No longer can I sit by and ignore the silence.
we shall have a song.
Don't play no sense.
Instrumentation and harmonies made it strong.
Don't play no sense.
Into you like what you hear and see.
Don't play no sense.
And you get treated just like your family. Now you get all your likes and yes, you get all your fame. So it's not a game, so pay.
Don't play no sense.
Want to hear you?
Don't play no sense.
Stop this damn rascal man.
Christina John, GBN News.
The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council celebrates its 45th anniversary with a focus on food security and nutrition. Rena Pierre-Thomas has the details.
The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, the GFNC, is celebrating its 45th anniversary this week under the theme Journey to 50, Strengthening Food and Nutrition Security in Grenada. The GFNC, a statutory body under the Ministry of Agriculture, has earned a reputation as a trusted voice in public health and nutrition, education and community engagement, pillars essential to achieving sustainable development. Minister for Agriculture Lennox Andrew delivered an address to mark the milestone.
This week promises an engaging series of activities throughout Grenada, Carriacou and Pitimatnik, each designed to educate and inspire action in the following critical areas: promoting sustainable food production through community involvement, reducing food waste at household, community and commercial levels, improving equitable access to nutritious foods across all segments of society, raising awareness of nutrition, food security, and environmental sustainability. These initiatives are intended not only to improve our nation's nutritional status and lifestyle habits, but also to reinforce the broader aim of building a healthier, food-secure Grenada.
Mr. Andrew emphasized that the GFNC's role extends far beyond simply providing recipes. The council has become an invaluable resource, offering support to families, particularly those with young children, to improve their nutrition and overall well-being.
This week is especially vital when we consider the rising rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and other diet-related conditions in Grenada. The Council's preventative efforts are instrumental in helping our people understand how to avoid, manage, and in some cases, reverse these non-communicable diseases. Recent findings from the Council's 2024 daycare and preschool surveys highlight a pressing concern: gender disparities in early childhood nutrition. Boys were found to be more prone to excessive weight and growth delays, while girls were at higher risk of undernutrition. This data signals an urgent call for continued intervention and targeted nutrition education beginning at the early stages of life.
Reflecting on the impact of the GFNC, Mr. Andrew reminded the public that national development hinges on the health of its citizens. He stressed too that good nutrition should be viewed not just as an individual responsibility but as a national priority. Mr. Andrew calls on Grenadians to use Nutrition Week, June 22nd to the 28th, as a national opportunity to recommit to healthier lifestyles.
In this regard, I encourage all Grenadians to embrace GFNC's stance: eat local, strengthen food and nutrition security in Grenada. This not only supports our agricultural sector, but helps us build dietary resilience. Equally important is having a basic understanding of the nutritional content of the foods we consume. That knowledge is key in our fight against hypertension and other chronic conditions. Each of us, regardless of age, can take meaningful steps to improve our diets.
As the Council looks ahead to its 50th anniversary, its work continues to be vital in promoting food security and improving public health across Grenada. Christina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We'll have sports and international news right after the break.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brandon, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. Shamar Joseph and Haley Matthews emerged as the major award recipients at the 8th Annual CWI-WIPA Awards Gala, held on Sunday night at the Wyndham Grand Barbados Sam Lords Castle, where Caribbean cricket's finest gathered to honor excellence and reflect on a golden milestone in West Indies history. The ceremony also marked the 50th anniversary of the West Indies' groundbreaking victory at the 1975 Prudential World Cup, a moment immortalized where Sir Clive Lloyd's team defeated Australia by 17 runs at Lord's to become the first world champions of the sport. Surviving members of that legendary squad, including Sir Clive, Sir Vivian Richards, Derek Murray, and Sir Joel Garner, were present, receiving standing ovations from players and guests alike for a triumph that continues to inspire generations. Joseph, whose sensational Test debut against Australia in January 2024 captivated the cricketing world and was named Test Player of the Year. Matthews, the inspirational West Indies women's captain, was a double awardee, claiming both the Women's ODI and T20 International Player of the Year titles in recognition of her consistent brilliance with bat and ball. Among the other winners, Shea Hope was recognized as Men's ODI Player of the Year for his continued leadership and performance with the bat. Joseph took home the Men's T20 International Player of the Year award, while Nicholas Perron was acknowledged as the Regional T20 Player of the Year. In the domestic circuit, Justin Graves was awarded CG United Super 50 Cup Player of the Year, and Mikal Lewis claimed the West Indies Championship Player of the Year honor. In the women's game, Kissia Knight earned the CG United Women's Super 50 Cup Player of the Year, and Plafiana Millington was named CWI T20 Blaze Player of the Year. The anticipation continues to build ahead of Grenada's hosting of the second test in the West Indies versus Australia series in the Caribbean. This as the National Cricket Stadium was officially handed over following refurbishment and upgrade works. The match is set for July the 3rd to the 7th. Chair of the National Organizing Committee, Dominic Jeremiah, sees today's handover as a watershed moment for all cricket fans.
Today is indeed a wonderful day for Grenada. As you know, Grenada has been awaiting the completion of this project for quite a while. And cricket lovers, Grenadians, nationals, both here and in the diaspora, has been really awaiting the return of regional and international cricket to our shores. So the National Organizing Committee is ecstatic about the fact that the official handing over has actually occurred. and now we can move ahead rapidly with our preparation for the 3rd of July.
The teams are expected on island by the 30th of June. According to Jeremiah, they're fully satisfied with the progress made in the lead up to the 3rd.
The teams will be arriving here on the 30th of June. And so all those plans and preparation and logistics must be in place, I would say, by the end of next week, so that we can be adequately ready for the test match that is scheduled to start on the 3rd of July.
Give us a full appreciation, though, as to where we are as we count down the days to the 3rd.
So we have been meeting. As a matter of fact, we have a meeting this morning just to ensure that everything is in place. It's a massive plan because we have security, we have medical, we have the stadium authority and the facilities. And over the last 2 months, we have been working diligently to ensure that everything is in place.
Second Vice President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Raphael Croney, says the handover also signals the start of work on the pitch.
Very elated. It therefore means that we can hit the ground now running with everybody on board. So we are pleased to be where we are at this moment. Know that the official part have taken place. Now we can move to put all the other logistics that is necessary in place. As you know that today is when the preparation of the pitch starts, and that's for the test match. It's really supposed to start 10 days before the test, before the game begins. So we will have preparation of the wicket. We'll also have preparation of the nets, because the nets will be used just about 2 days before the test starts. So the real work begins today in terms of the preparation of the facility for the game. I'm
happy you made mention of the pitch. When I was here Sunday last week, there were patches of brown. Now, lush green.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that, and the surface is fully covered with grass. When you have that, you could feel very comfortable in terms of preparing the sort of pitch that is necessary for a game of that magnitude.
So with cricket, Wednesday is the day set for the hosting of the WICB Republic Bank 5 for Fun Final. Raphael Croney is the man in charge of executing the event.
Again, everything in place, so we are hoping that we get good weather, and we're hoping that we'll have a sort of tournament. It will be played on a round robin, so it gives the youngsters an opportunity to play, not just come and play one game and if you lose you're out, but you would play everybody. And we do have 6 schools will be participating, and we expect that it's going to be a big finals in Tanti.
That's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. On Sunday, nearly 2 months after her passing, 11-year-old Guyanese Adriana Syria Young was finally laid to rest in a solemn ceremony that marked the end of a deeply emotional and public period of mourning. Adriana's death captured the attention and hearts of the nation after she was found unresponsive in the pool of the Doubleday Hotel in Essequibo Coast on April 24th. She had been reported missing nearly 20 hours earlier and was last seen by her grandmother at 1:01 p.m. on April 23rd while swimming in the hotel's pool. The discovery of her lifeless body, found floating in a standing position by her father, Subrian Young, sent shockwaves across the country. country and around the region, prompting widespread outrage and calls for transparency in the investigation. Despite the delay in her burial, which was caused by 2 autopsies being conducted, public support for Adriana's family never wavered. In fact, it intensified, with hundreds of mourners gathering for her funeral, many wearing red and shirts adorned with her image. The funeral service was a celebratory tribute to Adriana's life, featuring hymns, dance performances, and poems. The crowd chanted "Justice for Adriana" as her family and friends remembered her as a bright and spirited girl with big dreams. Opposition politicians attended the funeral, although no government officials were present. As the investigation into Adriana's death continues, the nation remains hopeful that justice will be served and her legacy will live on, inspiring demands for truth, accountability, and a deeper examination of the circumstances surrounding her tragic death. Iran's parliament approves closing the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway. The EU warns of extremely dangerous escalation. The need for closure to be done very quickly, if intended, has sparked global concern over potential disruption to oil supplies and increased tensions in the region. A final decision is pending.
We have a sort of a war on 2 fronts now. We've got one that's policy-based. It's all about the tariffs and the trade war. And now we have this armed conflict that is spurring the price of oil. So just to throw some numbers at you, Brent crude at the start of the month was trading around $62 a barrel. We've now built in a quote-unquote war premium of about 30% to nearly $80. So commodity investors are kind of having the best time that they've had since the start of the year. But these are real economic risks associated with this. So, you'll see more than likely a lot of analysts are building in the possibility of a run at $80 a barrel, $90 a barrel, perhaps even above $100 a barrel. Well, look, this is a very high likelihood. Iran was blindsided and really humiliated by these strikes. They're vowing to make the West, in particular the U.S., pay the price. The easiest way to do that is, of course, through the price of oil and energy prices. But luckily for us, this isn't the 1970s anymore. The U.S. is now the world's largest oil producer. We still import oil internationally. It's not nearly as damaging as it could have been if we were still wholly dependent on foreign crude. So we're far more energy independent and secure these days. It doesn't totally insulate us from shocks, but it does help us blunt the sharper edges of what could happen.
That's what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Former government minister opens up about cabinet dismissal. The National Democratic Congress marks 3 years in office with a promise to continue progress and reform. Grenada Union of Teachers demands swift action on TA Marisho Community College lecturer bargaining agreement. While regionally, Guyana bids final farewell to Adriana Syria Young. Internationally, Iran considers closing Strait of Hormuz, sparking global concern. While in sports, stadium refurbishment and upgrade complete, stadium handed over. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again.